Hi, this is Neivein Ahmed. Today we will talk about the article of Teaching English to Arabic-speaking students, culture and linguistics considerations. The article focuses on sociolinguistic, heuristical, and cultural considerations affecting the educational needs of Arabic-speaking students in U.S. public schools and their families. It provides relevant information which will assess the English as a second language and bilingual teacher to develop sensitivity and understanding of this unique language population. Based on the increasing Arabic-speaking students population in American schools and a result of the Middle East is considered one of the world regions most affected by political unrest, which leads to giving more attention. The article aims to help teachers better determine how to structure the curriculum and enhance students' social integration and accelerate their English acquisition. Also, it aims to share culture and linguistic information with bilingual and ESL, English Second Language teachers to promote intercultural understanding and facilitate English acquisition as a second language. The authors provided a brief overview of Arabic speakers population. Arabs live within the borders of over 20 nationals throughout the Middle East, North Africa, and the Arabian Peninsula. Although 90% of the more than 160 million Arabic speakers in the region are Muslim, there are also many Arab, Jewish, and Christians. Either religion or language identifies minorities. Most recent immigrants tend to settle in established communities in California, Michigan, New York, New Jersey, and Texas. ESL and bilingual teachers' responsibilities. Arabs and Americans view each other through their culture filters. Based on American may have developed false image of Arabs because of media hype and lack of first-hand knowledge. Arabs have also fallen victims or stereotyping. To promote positive human relations, ESL and bilingual teachers should not make any assumptions about their students and the families' preconceived ideas. Teachers should be intending positive intercultural relations with recently arrived students and their families, and becoming sensitized to their historious diversity. The author shared some common stereotypes around Arabs by emphasizing positive culture aspects and contributes to world civilizations. Teachers' main role to keep the positive relationships between Arabs and Americans by sharing some facts that could yield more objectively toward Arabs. For example, Arabs can be credited with innovations in medicine, architecture, mathematics, astronomy, geography, and in other disciplines. The authors The authors indicated the importance of the Arabic language as a language that has a great civilization and a history for thousands of years. Arabic is the language of one of the world's great civilizations and one to which the West has been profoundly debated for over a millennium in fields. Although the authors clarified its advantage of wide usage in the creation of Greek literature and pottery, and influenced Spanish greatly through 700 years. He emphasized the geographical aspects allows for the common bond of language to remain strong despite variations in the spoken language among people of varying regions and nationalities. According to Sanusis and Suleiman's, children commonly grow up with a sense of bilingualism. They are aware of these regional dialectical differences and how the standard written forms differ from their spoken dialects. Where this experience will lead them with Arabic can be helpful as students are introduced to English. How Arabic and English differ. The difference between Arabic and English and their difficulties. Arabic is different from English in many ways. Problems ranging from phonological and structural difficulties that face Arabic speaking students while learning English have been well documented, affecting pedagogical implications for ESL teaching and curriculum design. The author also listed some considerations to keep in mind when teaching English to Arabic speakers linguistic as following. First, the writing system goes from right to left. The way the letters are written depends upon their position in Arabic words. Like we have here in our slide, we have two pictures. It shows us how the letters are writing in the words. So in the first and second row, we can see the letter A and letter B, which is Alif and Ba in Arabic language. It's showing us that the first column is the initial and the middle in the second and the final, how we can write these letters inside the words and their position. The orthographics of both languages are different and tend to pose difficulty in pronunciations and spelling, where some sounds in English don't exist in Arabic. An example, in the substitutions of the B for a P. Arabic does not have two distinctive biopal plosives, only the voiced P anti-hyper corrected spelling that represents both P and P as B. There are no written vowel. Diacritics are used instead to indicate vowels. Second, recognizing scientific differences between English and Arabic can guide ESL teacher and help them deal with transfer problems effectively. English second language teachers should train their students to make linguistic adjustments with or when learning English. For example, they should make it clear that word order. So we can see Arabic speaker students say see that instead to say did see. Language typology. Also, they can say goes Ali to school instead to say Ali goes to school. The structural patterns. Also, they can say that the teacher whom I met him instead to say that's the teacher whom I met. There are many different in both language. Most importantly, The psycho-linguistic aspects of Arabic differ from those of English. Some of these features usually transfer to English in an indirect manner. For example, jokes are also culture bound. What is humorous to an Arab might be outrageous to an American and vice versa. Finally, written discourse of Arab ESL learners is dependent on the Arabic logic and culture thought patterns. The importance of this article. The article has attempted to provide some important cultural and linguistic information about Arabic speakers, which hopefully will assist the teachers to have a point of departure from which to understand their students and their families. By providing relevant cultural information, teachers can better determine how to structure the curriculum to include these students in every aspect of the school's life. Linguistic knowledge, teachers can pinpoint and deal with transfer pitfalls between English and Arabic to accelerate the acquisition of English and to encourage the maintenance of Arabic. In my opinion, a language is not only a way to communicate among people, but also a culture itself. Therefore, a minority language should be protected due to their cultural values. In other words, the human race must keep the conversation of a minority language due to its cultural value, academic, ethnic, and social values. During my teaching experience and observation of the ESL teachers, I believe that ESL teachers have an important role in education bilingual students in the school language and emphasizing the importance of their home language. Teachers can encourage students to share their background and culture with their classmates. Teachers can encourage students to bring in items from home that represent their cultural heritage, creating opportunities for students to taste different foods, read multicultural books, and share their stories and background with their classmates. According to Vygotsky, learning is a social activity and knowledge is constructed through interaction and collaboration with others. Children's learning takes place when they interact and collaborate with adults or more successful peers. Teachers could teach students about other cultures and the world, which is also an important part of supporting a home language. The article of both 2007, which supports my opinion, mentions there are matters of educational policy and multiculturalism that have shaped my or his views regarding high quality education for all students. Some of his contributions in this area depended heavily upon teachers who allow students to celebrate their home language, including popular lyric music as a basic for teaching elementary to advanced literacy skills. Finally, teachers have the primary role in teaching students the language and encouraging them to like what they are learning. I believe the article's point of view is a widespread problem with many Arab students. The politics and social background of the students' knowledge affecting their learning ability. Also, I believe it is very important for ESL teachers to help English language learners students build their language skills and social skills with their classmates. Teacher should understand the students' oral and written language experience and interested and respect the other cultural background. It is an essential part of meeting students' educational needs. Thank you for